Let's talk about what the Montez Sweat trade potentially means for the direction of the Chicago Bears moving forward in the short term and the long term. So what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Hall back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about the Montez Sweat trade, but not the Sweat trade in itself. I gave my thoughts and analysis on it in a recent video. You guys can go check that out. But talking about, kind of the short and long-term effects of the trade, because I started to think after the trade was made about, hey, the timing of it and the player involved. And I got to tell you guys, to me, I'm kind of seeing it one way. I want to know if you guys are seeing it a different way. And the way I'm seeing it is, look, if Ryan Poles is willing to go ahead and trade for a defensive end, which is a position of need, obviously, we totally get that, but one who's 27 years old, and I'm not saying that's old in terms of just like, obviously he's still in his prime and he's got years left, but he's more of a win now piece. And to me, I'm wondering, does that mean that Ryan Poles is still kind of in on this season and kind of in on maybe even Justin Fields? And you might be thinking, Faiz, how are you connecting those dots? Like, how do you get to that aspect of it? Well, I'm basically saying this. Montez Sweat, similar to maybe a guy like a Chase Young, but more so Montez Sweat, is a guy that helps you kind of win now, right? He's in the middle of his prime, having a great season, and he's a guy who immediately upgrades your core. So if Ryan Poles had decided to upgrade, the edge rusher spot in the draft, I wouldn't be asking this and I wouldn't be thinking about this. But him addressing this via trade, giving up a second-round pick, a pretty valuable pick for a guy in Montez Sweat who immediately upgrades the team now, does that mean that he is in on this season to try to win as many games as possible? Which to me, the answer I believe is yes. So, if we do end up with the number one overall pick, it will be because of the fact that, the Bears just suck and they're not able to win games. But I believe they're going to try to as many games as they can. They're not going to intentionally tank. Like kind of last year was. Last year was a quasi-intentional tank. You put out garbage players out there and you basically knew Justin Fields was surrounded by nothing and you were going to have a top 3 pick and you ended up with the number 1 overall pick. This year, not so much. I think Ryan Poles is going to try to get as many dubs as possible for this team. And 2, you're making this move in mind of Justin Fields getting as many starts, because if you are trying to win as many games as possible, that means that maybe you don't get the number 1 overall pick. Now, I know Carolina also obviously can provide you with the number 1 overall pick, but I'm just saying it makes me think this is kind of a win now move when we're not ready to win now. Or are we? Right? So it's like, where are we in the rebuild? Are we a year away? Are we a few years away? Like, the Bears roster still seems like it's got a lot of holes in it. I know obviously you upgrade the pass rush, but you still need more there. You definitely need to upgrade the offensive line. We'll see about quarterback. But it's just interesting to me. It kind of seems and feels and smells like a win-now move, but is it really? So it just got me kind of thinking here. Let me know what you guys think, man. Is Montez Sweat more of a win-now move? Is he a move for the short-term and long-term? What do you think Ryan Poles kind of did here with this? I kind of believe that it's him kind of doubling down on this year and maybe next year, and he wants to win games, and he does not want this rebuild to last that long. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below.